those of us who favor freedom and who oppose the Ayatollah's dictatorship in Iran have to come to understand that, in fact, the Iranian dictatorship is gradually winning, and without some kind of strong support, the people of Iran will once again, for the fifth time, be coerced by a dictatorship. The reason is very simple. The dictatorship is desperate to survive. It's prepared to kill people. I think there are some estimates of 2,000 to 5,000 dead already, and maybe as many as 15,000 arrested. And we have to recognize it. Pious statements by politicians saying, oh, we're on the side of the Iranians, has no meaning unless we find ways to undermine and weaken the Iranian dictatorship. Because left to its own, the dictatorship is desperate to survive, and it's quite prepared to kill people. Remember, this is a dictatorship which has hung people from construction cranes in public to send a signal of how tough they are. This is a dictatorship which now has been surviving since 1979, despite enormous opposition from the United States, from Israel, and from a number of other countries. So they're not going to go away quietly, peacefully, pleasantly. They're only going to go away if they lose. And right now, I don't believe they're losing. I believe the people of Iran want them to leave. I think probably in an open election, they would lose 80-20 or worse. But the 20% have the guns and the 80% don't. And that's why I think we're at a particularly fragile moment. If we intervene, if what President Trump has said on Truth Social, that help is on the way, is real, and if that help is applied methodically, systematically, effectively, then the dictatorship's going to collapse. But if we dawdle around, if we have lots and lots of staff briefings, if we wait long enough, the whole thing is going to collapse. It's that simple. We've seen it happen before, again and again. There are places where regimes do truly collapse. Assad in Syria just collapsed. People quit supporting him. The Romanian dictatorship with Ceausescu collapsed in the late 80s. People just walked off and refused to support him. One of the keys is whether or not the security forces, the military and the police, are prepared to kill people. At Tiananmen Square in Beijing, when they initially tried to suppress the students, they were using troops from Beijing, and they wouldn't fire on the students. That's why there was a brief period of about 3 or 4 days where they pulled back and they brought in people from the countryside who were very prepared to kill the students, and then it was over. So I hope the president's going to intervene decisively, effectively, and with the help of our allies, that in a few weeks we will see the end of the dictatorship, which has been such a huge threat to the entire world.